Okay, so tried doing a live broadcast, but because we're driving, we lost the connection. So I wanted to just talk about a topic that came up in conversation with a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and then it also was brought up again to me recently with someone in Facebook with a health issue, and then also a dream I had last night talking to a friend of mine who died about a year ago from a health issue. And there was something that was common in all of these things: the dream, my personal friend that died a year ago, the person recently I saw on Facebook had a health issue, and another friend of mine who I talked to a couple of weeks ago. So all these things had one thing in common, is that this false belief that because you're in shape or thin, that you're not going to have an issue, and that is somehow a barometer of the fact that you will not have a health issue, or that you can have a health issue. And with the other people, they are overweight, but they seemingly feel healthy, and they don't think they have any health issue. Maybe they have a little high blood pressure, maybe a little bit of a cholesterol issue, or they don't get tested regularly, they don't go to the doctor regularly, they're a little bit overweight, but generally they feel fine. And this is a problem with people, because if they feel fine, they think that they're not in danger. And I would argue that they're still in danger because of the foods that they eat, and something could happen at any moment. So the story with my friend a year ago that I talked to in my dream last night, and I was just talking to him, telling him about how, him not being here is a sad thing for everyone involved, me and his family, and people that he could be an inspiration to, and people he could show love to and help guide and counsel and teach throughout their life. And now they don't have that because he's not here. So that's the main reason why you want to stick around. But when you're not paying attention to your health and the things that you eat, just because you eat crappy foods and you're super thin and you've always been in shape, or maybe you're a little bit overweight but you never really had any real health issue, your false sense of security that, well, I feel great, or I'm in good shape, yeah, I have a little high blood pressure, high cholesterol, I'm fine, and I don't have anything to worry about. And that is a dangerous place to be in, because at some point your body's gonna not be fine, and something bad is gonna happen. And when it happens, it comes out of nowhere. And I see people say, well, I saw this coming out of nowhere, I didn't think it would ever happen to me, and it just comes out of nowhere. We have family members and friends who have issues like this, where they're seemingly, you look at them and they look like they're in shape, and then all of a sudden, bam, now they got a major health issue. And it just came out of nowhere. In their minds, it just came out of nowhere. But what we're trying to teach with this channel, it doesn't come out of nowhere. This is years of daily abuse that you're putting your body through with the foods that you're choosing to eat. And there are foods that will cause health issues, and there are foods that will never cause a health issue. You will never have a health issue from eating too many bananas and grapes. You just won't. It's never going to cause you a health issue. It won't cause you a sugar issue. It won't cause you a diabetes issue. It won't cause you any issue at all. So when I was talking to another friend of mine a couple weeks ago, he was like, he said he's always been in good shape, and he's always been an athlete and always been thin. And I said, well, what's your cholesterol like? He said, oh yeah, that's through the roof. And I just started laughing. I'm like, well, that's a problem. He's like, well, it's never been a problem because, I'm not overweight. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You can have a blood clot anywhere, in your leg, in your heart, in your lungs, in your brain, in your back. You can have it anywhere. And high cholesterol and high blood pressure can cause strokes and heart attacks. So in his mind, because he's thin and he's in shape and he's always been an athlete, he just disregards the high cholesterol and high blood pressure. So don't fall into that trap, because the food that you're eating will eventually cause a breakdown, because the body can put up with a lot over years, and you can go 30, 40 years with no problems eating all the crappy food you want. But then you get to 40, 45, 50, 55, and bam. And when it happens, like my friend in the dream that I talked to, he was a skinny guy, and he used to he used to make fun of me and my health advice and all that, and what you need is steak, and what you need is this, that, and the other thing. And then one day he just didn't wake up, and he was a skinny guy. And so for most of you, you start having health issues, and then you go on medication, and then you survive another 20 years a slave to that medication. But for some of you, you have a heart attack or a stroke, and you're just gone. Like, there isn't that long, I'm going to survive this. You may not survive it. So that's the thing. There's worse things than living on medication the rest of your life. It's death. So don't fall into false sense of security because you're thin, because you really feel fine, and you really, you're a little overweight, but you're fine, or you're taking blood pressure medicine and that keeps your blood pressure down, or you're taking cholesterol medicine and that keeps your cholesterol number down on paper. That doesn't mean that you're not susceptible to just some random out of nowhere major health event. Don't fall into that false sense of security. So that's my tip for you guys today. Follow the channel, put your comments below, and we'll see you soon.